When you are inflexible, what is breaking the pudgal, you see? It's when you are asked to share the work, you see, but when you do not, when you are inflexible, that is called breaking the pudgal, you see. To, in other words, no, 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 no. Why don't you? There are a lot of experienced people are there. So why don't you just help? You see, in other words, there is a little bit of a because there is a wrong break. I don't want to do this. These are all even it's arda is it is not natural. We ours when vehemence when you act according to SC, then it is fine. Then that is not called the putting brakes on the pudgal. And sometimes we say that the file one is not supporting me. File word is not supporting me. Yeah, is it? You, when we say that file one is not supporting me, that means you are saying that it. Are you not in satsang only? Look at the positive only. Don't see the negative in. It is very similar to criticizing the Prakruti when you say file one is not supporting me. When the file one's health is not very good, why did you even vocalize it? Never say anything. Be positive. You see, the moment you say file is not supporting me, even though the file may not be supporting you, the moment you vocalize it, the moment you say it, that means you have made it 100%. You see. So this is why you have to say, no, it's very good. I'm fine, perfectly all right. I have a lot of energy. You always say that. Thick means I'm okay. I'm okay. That is not very good. If somebody says, how are you? And if you reply, I'm okay, I'm okay, that's not good. Say, I'm fine, I'm great, I'm feeling great, I'm doing very well, I've got a lot of time and energy. Prakruti is, supposing you have to smoke a cigarette, and you see, he smoke one, then but he has made the multiplication with the intensity that I want to smoke particular kinds of cigarette with this much relish, and then he charges those subatomic particles in a previous life, and in this life he smokes a cigarette. And our Purusharth is 2 days. Before he used to say that the people of the world, they say, I'm Chandu and I'm smoking. Our Purusharth is number 1, I'm separate, and Chandu is separate. Number 2. And then whatever the beliefs of Chandu that were multiplied in the last life, we need to divide it. Chandu believed, Philip used to believe that it is good to smoke a cigarette. If he may have said it 100,000 times that I want to smoke a cigarette, I want to smoke a cigarette, then you see you have to divide it by saying I don't want to smoke a cigarette. So after 5, 10, 15 years, depending on the account from a previous life, it will decrease, and then Pudgal is under. You see, the multiplication is the positive and the negative. The plus and the minus is on the basis of Vyavasthit. However, the multiplication that has happened, that now the division is on the basis of knowledge only. That which is frozen, that will come in effect. However, your inner knowledge will give you. The inner opinion is the one that you will continue. As long as the inner opinion is it's okay to smoke, then you will continue to smoke. But when your inner opinion changes that no, I should not smoke, then it will begin to stop smoking. You see, you will be, the beginning of the process to stop smoking will begin. You see, somebody's when 100% opinions change, then exact subatomic particles will continue to improve. You see, but the Pudgal accounts will continue to happen. But the extension is because instead of multiplying, with dividing, we were multiplying it. You see, because you support the Pudgal, that means you are multiplying that which was already there in the Prakruti from the past life. But if you divide it through Pratikraman, then our 9 kalam is the 9 kalam is the best one. You see, for this, and then the Prakruti will come to its normality, and then the exact Vyavasthit will happen. Then you do not push the ball at all. You are not putting brakes on the Prakruti, you see, and therefore the natural Prakruti is there. Our Mahatmas remain naturally, but we still have, our Mahatmas do separate, but our opinions are still a little weak in them. But when you have a very strong decision that I do not want to, until the last moment of the life, even if death comes, but I'm not going to move away from the Rainesili, that I'm pure soul, that I'm not going to hurt anyone. Then you see, whatever the accounts of Prakrutis are there, that will finish and you will go on to moksha. Maranant sankat me take take na dharnar che. Even if that this Even if you make you die, if you make you die, you say, I do not want to do it. You say, this is the no. But you have did a very major division of a multiplication. You can do it within your very life. You see, and the doctor will say, if the doctor tells you that you are eating tobacco, that means you're going to die because you're going to continue to smoke or drink, eat tobacco. Then you see, then upon listening to the doctor, he will say, okay, I do not want to ever eat tobacco or chew tobacco, and therefore you see, he may eat 4 or 5 times depending upon the subatomic particles that were there discharging. However, but the division is so strong that no matter what happens, even if I die, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go in that direction. Then that is a very strong division. Therefore, the strongest is so. Therefore, the division is according to the knowledge that you have, and then you see the circumstances will. That is the greatest. That is, no matter what may be the extension, that through Gnan one can change it completely. Yes, that is. It is the intensity with which he had created the negativities. You see, it will continue to unfold with the same intensity. You see, supposing he has been stealing for 10 years and then he meets a saint. You see, the intensity with which he was stealing. You see, yeah. I say so. Then even if he meets a saint and he stops stealing for 10 years, he will continue to. You will be. We continue to be blamed that you are a thief. You are a thief. You are a thief. But if you do not steal for the next 10 years, and so then you see, then whatever is there, people will say that then will people say that no, he's not stealing anymore, and therefore you know that for the first 10 years the effect was there. The reason I did not get caught is with I got the 10 years extension, but I did not get caught. But now I know it is totally wrong, so I don't want to go there at all. And so you're not multiplying itself. On the basis of your merit karma, you may not get caught for the worst deeds that you have committed before Gnan. You see? Next one. I have two questions, you see. Can I ask, please? It's the question number 2 that is bothering more. If I cannot remain in normality because of viradhana, because of negative talk, how can I? Are you aware that this is a mistake? Now, by seeing the mistake as a mistake, that means you are become free from the mistake. I can see it separate, but again and again I am still stuck in the same mistake only, because you see, you have the Prakruti has been bound according to this. Therefore, you have to spend some special time to see in Samayik that why is this Prakruti doing all of this and stirring other people off? Why is the Prakruti getting emotional? In what particular matters is she getting emotional? Where in what matters is she still, etc.? Then you see, slowly the Prakruti will melt away by seeing it in Samayik. Samayik helps you become free from intense Prakrutis. Kolhapur Maharaj Guru, when the soul gets a new body, it is on what basis does it get a new body? It is on the basis of the causal body that has been formed through kashais, see, and then the effective body remains here. The causal body, new karma have been charged, and they go. It is on the basis of on what kind of karma has been bound that the new body has been created. Every body is different. Somebody lives 10 years, somebody lives 50 years, somebody lives 70. It depends on what kind of karma we're bound. And you see, the account of lifespan karma has been depending on the nature of the karma that have been bound, you see. And therefore, this lifespan, some lives 80 years, some live 100 years, you see. So these are all the account that were bound in the last life. And then the what is where is when one leaves one body and enters another body, what is the interim state? Does it get another? Is there a space where it remains? No, it elongates from here. If it's going to get born in New Zealand, then it leaves here and it goes and enters the home or in the new home in New Zealand, where the mother and father are having their union with their sperm and their ovum. Yes. There is a Pretatma, there is or very rare and very occasionally that it can remain without any body, but that is a very, 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 very rare event. Next question. There is a confusion that If we have a Prakruti that is very proud and very greedy Prakruti, and if we have greed Kashai and Man Kashai, is there a difference between Man Kashai and Lobh Kashai? Is the Kashai of pride? Yes, one has the greed is such that he is greedy for pride only and respect, and you see. So there are all kinds of subtle differences, but the greatest thing, the biggest one is pride or greed or moha, illusory attachment. These are the three main knots. Through moha, he enters into sexuality. You see, moha means illusory attachment of pleasure. So should I understand that it is my prakriti, or should I? It is, you need to understand the Prakriti, and you can melt it through the 4 steps and 5 levels. That is all. The 4 steps. It is wrong. In what way it is wrong? Pratikraman for any mistakes, and never to protect the mistake. And the 5 levels are that you're hurting somebody. Number 2, somebody else is hurting me. Third level is that you find it pleasant, and number 4, you become tanmayakar. You see, and number 5th level is gnata drashta, the knower seer of it all. You see. So different types of Prakriti discharges within you at different times. Sometimes your pride discharges, sometimes your sexuality or illusory attachment more discharges, and sometimes your greed discharges. So it depends on the evidences that are unfolding within the Prakriti. Next one, Vaishali Google Dolia. Jai Sachidanand. Somebody does very quick work and very efficient work, and sometimes I do very slow work and inefficient work. At that time I feel that and then therefore I feel that I'm like this, I cannot hurry up, and then I say it, and therefore am I putting a brake on the Prakriti? Yes, then you become like that. Therefore you have to say, no, what you are saying is right, I will try to do my best, I will try to improve the speed of my work, you see. And but because he is very fast, everybody else will say that you are so fast, you see. And the more you become irritated because he's speaking very fast, talking very fast, doing everything very fast, then you get irritated about it, you see. Because therefore both are actually balancing each other. Both of them need to support each other. For instance, Shuddha speaks very fast when translating with Eunice, and Eunice likes to hear it slowly so she can do the best translation. So we both need to support each other. Otherwise, both of us become emotional when we are helping each other in translations. That is how it is. So we need to be in the normality only. One can be above normal, one is below normal, and so both of them helping each other will come help this. So the law is that the same kind of prakritis that are helpful to each other will come together. Somebody who is very fast will come together with somebody who is slow, etc. These are all counterweights coming together, and it's you see. Now if you see, if the man when a man has got a lot of desires to eat good food and he marries a woman, but when she comes into the home as a wife, she doesn't know how to cook anything, or maybe the other way around, she knows how to cook so many different things, but the husband is such that he doesn't have any pleasure in eating anything. So then therefore she says, and so therefore they should understand that this is the normal mixture between the two. The wife is an excellent cook, but the husband doesn't care. Or the wife wants to eat a lot of different kinds of food, but the woman does not know how to cook. And so these are the different prakritis have gathered in the home together. So therefore, you see, you have to say you have to talk to the person and say, please pray for me that I want to improve. Please help me. But then finally I come to the insist that I am what I am. I can't change myself. You see, then he said, I am what I am. No, you have to remain positive. Remain positive. Always agree with the other person, because it is. And then you have to tell her that. And then converse with Gayatri. All those who are going to moksha are very strong. You have to talk to Gayatri. You can converse to Gayatri and say, why don't you become strong? Because you see, then why don't become depressed. Become strong. And all those people who are going to moksha will become strong. Next, from Alicia, and she is speaking. This question was already, I received my answer in the morning. Okay, now her accent is difficult for me to understand. On chapter 5. It is my request that I want you to speak a little bit more How can I come out of the sensitive Prakruti? Or all these dollars, relatives are temporary adjustments. The real is permanent. Whatever happens in relative, and now Deepak is answering in good English for him. If somebody insulting, it is with reference to something else. Somebody's ego gets hurt, and therefore it is all relative. It is in Prakruti only. So who is the knower of all of this is in pure soul. Only the knower seer is in pure soul. Everything else is relative. The more you are in relative, that on the basis of relative, you will understand. If you see, if you see a good dress, you are attracted to it and you want to buy it, and then you want to do that is all relative. That is belongs to the Prakriti only. Barobar che, that is correct. Keep it separate. That it is the one, the desire arises in the shopping mall only. Whatever happens to Alicia, it is happening to Prakriti. And to know that it is I am the pure soul. You see what the effect of may be positive or negative. Do you understand? Yes. And the last sentences, the other is in English now. If ever this sentence was understood, then so many of these monks will attain liberation. And what is the detail of it? That Prakriti cannot be changed, you see. And so if the saints understand that you cannot change your Prakriti, then they will stop their losing their energies in trying to change it. You see that the changing of the Prakriti is done by the Prakriti. The changing, they remain as the Prakriti and they try to change the Prakriti through the ego only. And so I am going to increase my meditation, concentration, etc. I will do meditate for 1 hour, 2 hours, and through the ego is trying to change the Prakriti through the ego only. And but the Prakriti is unchangeable, so they are trying to change their ego, the Prakriti through their ego. But and through their ego they are expecting to get realized, they realize the self. But if you understand the Prakriti, and once you realize if you want to realize the self, then you need to know who am I, and you will have to find somebody who knows the self. Then only you will be able to remain separate from Prakriti. I'm not going to eat. I'm fasting. Therefore, I'm going to deny the body any food. You see, these are all the wrong approaches to life. This is he's trying to repair things in the Prakriti only. He might bind merit karma, but he will not get liberation. This is all. These are all relatives, are Prakritis, and I do not want to change or alter anything that is in there. Let me find out what is the real. So someday, then, as a saint or a monk, I will find what the soul is all about. But the saints and the monks of the world, they try to improve their Prakriti through the ego only. And so therefore, and they try to correct their own anger, pride, deceit and greed through their ego only. But in the attempts to try to improve Prakriti, the soul is left alone. But they get bind merit karma, but they never get the soul in it. Do you understand? Yes. Next. Next, Shilpa from Surat. When he says, so what is what do I do for the ignorance, the mistakes that have happened in ignorance? In ignorance, people build weapons. By what is apparent, that is the discharge of the Prakriti only. You can see the Prakriti, supposing he's wearing very good white clothes, does not mean that he is a celibate boy or a girl. No, these are actually my own clothes only. The external appearances cannot tell you what it is all about, you see. The internal stock is the real thing. The internal stock may be full of sexuality, but just because you wear white clothes doesn't mean that you are a brahmachari or celibate. You see, in the same way, the internal stock is wrong. The Prakriti is very difficult to understand from the external appearances, because this is Kali Yuga, the wrong era of the time cycle. All kinds of stock will unfold. A person may be making big donations in the eyes of the public, but inside he is stealing from the government. So this is all filled stock only. I used to believe that this is the way it is, but it is not. The best thing is to say that the filled stock is emptying, and do not count on Prakritis, but we have to focus on our own Prakriti, the Prakriti of file 1. You see, the file 1 only. Only that which was filled in it is now emptying, and I am the pure blissful knower of it. I am the pure soul only. That is all. Jai Sachidanand. Jai Ben Saudarba Gandhi Nagar. And in a one song is that Prakruti Kulichis. Prakruti is opening up, she is trying to use a song line written by a poet. When will we know that? What is the difference between a Prakruti opening and Kape means Nirjarab, that means it's discharging completely. Kulitavi means to know the Prakruti, you see. As the Prakruti opens up, then you get to know, because and Kapigai means it is already discharged. That means you're totally separate from the Prakruti. Because why was I suffering from the Prakriti? Because I had the wrong belief, but now I have the right belief that I am separate from this Prakriti, and therefore I am becoming free. But to know the Prakriti exactly, to know to recognize it, then it will. Yes, we just need to know the Prakriti. It will not stop. It will continue as it is. It is what it is. You will not try. You cannot improve it. As soon as it goes to the kitchen, it will fuss up and create. Who did this? Who did that? Who came this? I tell you not to touch it, etc. So the Prakriti. So you know that the Prakriti will behave this way in the kitchen. It will behave this way in front of the TV. It will behave this way in the shopping mall. So it will behave this way in front of men who are looking at her, etc. So this is the way the Prakriti will unfold. You need to know this Prakriti, that is all. Next is Usha Davda in Gandhinagar. Kamlesh and Vaishali Dubaria. Next one, Jai Sachidanand. 2 days ago, there was a question that I gave you. What is your name? Jaya Ben Chandarva. The question is that file 1 Prakruti is like a firecracker. You see, yeah, do you know that, right? It just explodes. The moment somebody teases her, even before she is teased or touched, it explodes. I know that this is wrong. But before, I never used to know that it is wrong. Now I know it is wrong. Do you know that after it happens, now I know that immediately. That means that it is lesser than before. It is much better than before. That means after knowing, now the second part remains. Are you doing pratyakyan and pratikram? You should do it for 1 hour with deep remorse for the way your Prakruti is behaving with other people. You're hurting other people. You are behaving like a firecracker or a bomb. You're constantly throwing bombs at other people. That is wrong, Prakruti. Yes, I know. And I'm deeply remorseful. Yes, be remorseful, you see. And I want to become free from this Prakriti. Yes, bless me. Yes, there are blessings are there. Now this is said that the Prakriti never changes. No, 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 no. Your life, your energy has been taken away from this Prakriti. This Prakriti is Mardal, it is dead, it's dying. It is Mardal Prakriti, it is dying. Therefore, you don't need to really be worried about it. You see, so give me the energy. Yes, you will get it now. Jai Sachidanand Puchi Shri. The question, the intent behind this is that am I dealing with others? I want to improve the self and I want to improve the others, and I want to understand this. I want to, and in professionally and personally, I'm constantly in. We enter into different roles and betak, that is called, and I study those roles that I assume at the professional level, at the personal level. But I'm constantly examining them. But the critical thing is that I do not want to hurt anyone, and that is as the base, and that is the understanding that I have. And but before the understanding was totally wrong. Now I have started the manner by which I should not hurt anybody else, but the older understanding about not hurting others is still not prevalent, and therefore before I used to think that it is just an excuse also, but before I used to think that it is only a door, but now I see that it's a big shop, but now I see that it is a huge go down, is a huge warehouse, and then I see that there are a lot of mistakes in this, and then I want some help, because as long as you are not supporting it, whether it is a huge go down, a huge hangar full of stuff, or a small shop, it is all going to empty out. And so whatever happens is, be aware of it. Whatever the demands of the Prakriti is there, if it is wrong, then do not go there. If it is not, if it is out of the agnas of Dadashri, then do not support it at all. If it is helpful to the other person, support it. That is all. I met Mayur Bhai once, and then he says he told me to study the speech that is based on your interaction with the world. You see, these are all opinion based. The speech that comes out, it's based on your opinions about the interaction with the other person. but therefore, you need to cut off the opinions that are there about you, with you, about the other person. And once you become free about opinions about that person, then that, because the opinions we expect will make you expect something to happen from the other person, and therefore your speech will be molded and colored and modified by the way, in the way you talk to the other person. But when you have no opinions, no expectations, no and when you are the amapura, when you are the pure soul in your interaction with the other person, then such interactions that are hurtful in speech or in other activities of interaction will not happen. And therefore, if you're commuting, then you can also look at it while commuting, and you can, we do the pratikraman samayik internally, and you want to correct yourself internally in your knowledge, and therefore, just put crosses on the design that's wrong. That is all. Then Ashok Patel is the next word from Bangalore. And Rita Davda, Neta Talpara, Jyoti Patel, Sirish Patel, Jai Sachidanand. 5 are announced. Ashok Patel from Bangalore. I wanted to ask, when we come to this satsang, having come to this satsang, one can only understand through the person. How did it happen? In my life, there have been so many changes after coming to satsang that I was not aware. But in the first day of satsang, when I came on this, then I realized that I had a very heavy note of pride. I have a lot of pride of respect. And all of a sudden, it just melted away. And having come here, that when I used to come here, I expected my colleagues or my people should come and drop me here and pick me up, respect me. But people who are, I do not care. When I came, I do not have such expectations at all. I just end up here without informing anybody. I come to Simandar city, and these changes that have happened within me are because of the discussions that have happened in satsang, And I want to ask that, am I going in the directions of vitrag? I do not have any rag or dvesh towards anybody. Am I moving in the direction of becoming vitrag? Yes. The settling a file with equanimity. Equanimity is the beginning of vitragta. So equanimity is the beginning of vitragta. Vitragta is the final state. 5 agna, our knowledge, our 5 agna is taking us towards vitragta through equanimity. It is very good that you are understanding your man, your pride, and then it will dissipate. Someday it will arise again, because we don't know. It may now from distant people it will not, but it will arise through the close people, through the sticky files, through the wife, etc. And then settle that file with equanimity only. And if you have hurt her or him, then settle it with pratikraman also. This is correct. Next one, Mita Tarpara. I want to talk about breaks in Prakruti. In ignorance, I used to be unnatural. Whatever I used to go along with whatever the mind wanted. I wanted to enjoy everything. But after awakening and in the satsang, there is a new understanding, and then with the understanding, I feel that now I'm putting breaks through understanding, through awakening, on the basis of so I put breaks on the Prakruti because of. But in the Parayan, now I understand that that Prakruti has become the more breaks. When I put breaks on the Prakruti, I felt that the Prakruti was natural. But we need to put breaks on that which hurts other people. That is all. If the Prakriti is moving towards the soul, then that is not called a break on the Prakriti. You see, break on the Prakriti means that which is you making to move away from hurt to the others only. You do not, break means I'm not going to do this. I don't like it. Don't tell me. Those are the breaks. What if you are moving from the negative, that means you have moved in the right direction. Break means I do not like this. Prakriti Prakruti is doing, but you are putting additional step thing. I don't like it. I cannot do it. Make somebody else do it, etc. That is called breaks on the Prakruti. You are not the let natural Prakruti unfold, because you do not know how the Prakruti might, in fact, be helpful to you and others in doing the work. But by saying that I cannot do it, this is wrong, make others do it, I do not have the knowledge, etc., then you are putting brakes on the Prakruti. But externally I have the knowledge, but I show others that I do not know. Therefore, but if it is with matters of reference to satsang, then if you are able to do something, then certainly give your service to others. You know, but in external matters, you can do plus minus, and you don't need to increase it. But in matters of satsang and also helping this cause of Dada's Akram Vignan Jagat Kalyan Bhavana, the intent, then be positive and help as much as possible. Next, Sirish, what question is it? Is it niyam, discipline, or is it lack of discipline? Is it lack of naturalness? My question is to get up. He wakes up at 4:30 in the morning, and then he wakes up with an alarm. And then, is this an unnaturalness of the Prakruti because he? And then, what time does he go to bed? 9 to 10 p.m. Is you just do such that you get the natural rest of the body, and then whatever happens, and then do whatever is necessary. But then and so to use an alarm, is that becoming unnatural? No. At 4:30, if you wake up, then there is no interference, right? And then I sleep again. Yes. Then there is a problem. There is a demand of the body is there for to sleep. 4 to 5 times I wake up, but 1 or 2 times I cannot wake up. That means, you see, leave alone. And then you can tell him, okay, go ahead and sleep 2 days. And if he can, after he's awakened, if he can do the vidhi, it is good. It is not an interference, right? And if if he wants to sleep and you say, wake up, Shirish, that is wrong, you see. After 12 minutes, he wakes up, you see. Then he says, Pratyaksh Dada, Bhagwan is Sakshi, but he's half sleepy. That is, don't force the Prakruti. That is called unnaturalness in Prakruti. Remain natural. When your sleep is over, you'll automatically wake up. So does it mean that I do not have to put the alarm? If you think the alarm is helping you, and if you think, if it is, do you think there is anybody disturbing you around? But can you wake up? Supposing you need to come here, but supposing you are at home, is there any reason that you need to get up so early in the morning? No. But I can do the best work early in the morning only, in the early hours of the morning only. So set your time accordingly, that which is suitable best for you. Do one, but get 1 hour for the vidhi, but otherwise, what am I? It is not happening. So am I pushing the Prakruti to do this? Supposing if you don't put the alarm, what time will you wake up? Will you sleep? I will wake up at 7 o'clock instead of at 4:30. So then 7 o'clock is your natural time. By putting alarm, you are waking up 2.5 hours early, and that is the role of the intellect. Dadashri says, because Dada has said that 6:30 to 4:30 to 6:30 is very good because it's Brahma Muhurta, because then you wake up early and then you sleep. You see, that is Sahaj means natural. Sahaj asahaj. Now, try to see if you wake up naturally. Slowly, you will naturally wake up naturally. That is best, rather than supposing you went to bed at 9:30, then automatically you'll wake up at 5:30 or 6 o'clock. And therefore you have had your natural sleep, whatever. Supposing you went to bed very early, then you might wake up early at 4:30. So that is how it is. Supposing I do this experiment, and if it works for you, then continue. And if it worsens, the Prakriti is such that if it falls, then you will continue. Supposing, if you don't use the alarm and you wake up at 9 o'clock, then you know that it is not good. Then you have to readjust. Jai Satchidanand. Jyoti Patel is the next question. I have to settle a file with equanimity, but when there is a sticky file, then I have such strong opinions about him that I cannot settle the file with equanimity, and I try to move it away from me or try to run away from that file. I do not. So what should I do? What's your opinions about it? Because their opinion is what, you cannot move away just because you can only move away from it if you have the circumstance. But where are you going to? Are you going to get out of the body? Are you going to go away from the home? Where are you going to go? If it is home, instead, Why don't you kind of move into the away from the body into the pure soul? That is the ultimate home. Instead, what you do, you run away from the home. You temporarily you get into the car and run around a little bit. That is wrong. You cannot run away from yourself, can you? So then increase the purusharth of Gnan, come into the home of the self. You see, when you are slightly upset, when you are slightly disturbed, when your ego is slightly disturbed of your billing of your pride, then you really have a division with the other person. You are protecting your mistake, and you are dividing yourself from. But have love for with the other person, become one with the other person. But otherwise, with this kind of temper tantrums and tragus, tragu, a severe temper tantrum, you are slowly moving away from the person that you began a relationship with love. Otherwise, you are enter into adai and tragu and all kinds of things. You see, you are becoming inflexible. Do you understand? Yes, I understand. This is all given in major details in Aptavani 9, by the way. Now, uh, now one more person announced. In Samayik, I saw that when I had to do the Samayik of separation to see the Prakruti of Usha, on the 12th, by the way, when I saw continue to see file 1, I liked it very good. And who felt good about it? I felt good and I liked it and I had sense of bliss. The one who decided, he is the one who felt. And it is the awakened one who felt good. You are the knower. You are the knower of this, that this person felt good. I like that he likes this doing the Samayika separation that happened on the evening of September 12th of the Prakruti. And I want to continue to see the Prakruti. I feel like seeing the Prakruti more and more. Good, it's very good. Do that. Yes, that is very good. Yes, it's very good. Also, be careful about the bliss part. You know, you know, supposing you see, now if you are trying to open a lock, you see, with a bunch of keys, when the right key opens and the door opens, that is very good. The right key will always give you a lot of. So apply different keys that lead to the bliss, because the Gnani Purush Dadashri has given you so many keys in every page of his Aptavani. So, so remain strong in this, that you want to apply Gnan only to solve the problems of the world, you see. Yes, see, Dadashri has said over and over again that there is a lot of bliss in seeing the Prakriti, see. But also beyond that, if file Brahman hurts anyone, then make her do Pratikraman. So see the Prakriti, and if it hurts anyone, give me the energy to remain in Gnan. Next one. Shashikant Kansara, Lakshi, and 3 or 4 more announced now. Priti Soni, Deepak Bora, more people being announced as questions. Jai Sachidanand Deepak Bhai. Deepak Bhai, which question of his mind? Many have written multiple questions, only one is allowed one question. So there is all kinds, in Prakruti, all kinds of pana is available. Sri Panu, woman Prakruti, Mara Panu, Pota Panu, minus, doorship, Karta Panu, Bhukta Panu, suffering Panu. It all belongs to file 1, right? In all of those pani, that belongs to the woman, right? I need to, through the awareness of whom when you get the beating from the panas and you enter into the penance, then only you will become free from it, because you have become entrenched in all of those. Kudrat, nature will give you a beating through all of those panas, through willfulness panu, through Sri panu, becoming a female Prakruti panu, through the greed panu, through the moh panu, you see, and through the anti-mother-in-law panu, you see, anti-mother-in-law panu. Panu means being. You have become entrenched in all of those things. Panu means all of these. Can I remain the knower? When it arises, then I remain separate from it and make her do pratikraman. Is there any? Or through, yes, step 1, step 2. You see, so if you're hurting someone, then you should tell her, then why are you hurting your mother-in-law? Why are you hurting your husband? Well, get out of it, just, and we do the pratikraman, and then just Tell her to off. Sevarthi Panu is another one. You are a worker in Dada worker, and therefore you are now become entrenched with Sevarthi Panu. Get out of it. You know, you want to finish all of these roles as a drama. Inside, you should have the continuous awareness that I am the pure soul, just like Lakshmi Chand Targado performing the drama of King Bhartuhari. That is all. But you need to reverse through understanding. Yes, it will arise. All the panus will arise. The Sri Panu. I'm a woman. I'm a mother. I'm a daughter-in-law. I'm a wife. This is Sri Panu. You see, but Panu implies heavier insistence in that. That's all. You are a woman, but you see, if you are a natural woman, that's fine. But you become heavily egoistic woman, then you are a woman. Then you are entrenched in the Sri Prakruti only. You see, in a train, you are a passenger. You cannot say that I'm a passenger Panu. You are in a train. You are a passenger only. And if you are a husband, then you're but you are a husband, so you be a husband. But if you exercise your husbandhood, your husband panu, then you become strong and aggressive towards the wife. Then you have to perform your role as a husband, but you do not have to hang on to the dhani panu, that I am her husband, she better listen to me, she better give in to me, she better give me what I want out of her, etc. These are all very wrong things. You see, I understand all this, but it does not come under our experience. Therefore, it is not coming in my experience. She says that is why you need to be in the awakened awareness, and then and therefore you remain in the prajna and warn her that she is in the wrong set. You're trying to become the passenger panu. You're just a passenger in the flight. Why are you trying to become passenger panu? I have bought this expensive ticket. You better treat me properly. Passenger panu. In different kind of avasthas, situations of while one arises, and later on, can I clear it up through five agnas? Yes, that is swaha. That means, and then it allows you in your awareness. That is correct too. You can apply the five agnas later on. So all of these panas are wrong. So in all of these panas, I want the energy to. A simple equation is that do not want to do passenger panu. You are a simple passenger. Reach the train, but passenger panu is a heavy ego and insistent. You see, get rid of your panu. You're just a passenger in a flight. Why do you demand more than what is given to everybody else? You see, in other words, wherever you sit in the wrong seat, the nature will beat you up. You see, and can you go through the security gates in the airport by saying that no, I'm somebody special? No, you have to really, so then you have to go with the flow. That is how it is. To go with the flow is not called the panu, but to insist that this is the way it should be. You see, this is the way it is the way it is mine. That is the panu. You see, and the insistence ego is the one that gives you a serious beating, which does not allow you to remain in your gnan. You see, next one. Shashikant, next question. In the books of Dada and in satsang that I've heard that, or I read that, one can forgive one's own Prakruti. It is coming later. You see, right now, we'll keep your question pending. You see, it will come in 1 or 2 days. Now, let us do the Samayik now. The Samayik now is being done at 3 minutes and 40 seconds. We used to have the talk about a Lobi Prakruti, Mani Prakruti, proud Prakruti, greedy Prakruti. And let us understand, on September 12th, let us understand, then recognize the Prakruti, find out where in the greed, not of greed, how it is working. So this Samayik is on greed. You want to gather it together. When you get it, you're happy. You want something. You're constantly desiring something. That is all. It's a Lobi Prakruti, you see. It is the greed for, not only for money, but also the greed to enjoy, you see, and things. You're constantly accumulate things. You buy more than what is necessary. You buy five pairs of clothes instead of one that is necessary. Then there is the greed of respect also. There's greed of pride also, of money also. There is greed for food also. The food that you like, some people have also the greed, and greed, he says, oh, this is wasting away, people are wasting stuff, they should preserve it. When there is a relative profit, then there is happiness. When there is loss at the relative level, there is an effect, and there is a negative effect, and this is all due to greed only. Understand the greed, and you want to understand the pride also. This is a Mani Prakruti, and in the proud Prakruti, he is trying to impress others. And even if I spend a lot of money, at least people are recognizing me. People are saying that I'm good for this country, I'm doing very good, etc. And so there is Mani Prakriti is active, whereas the Lovi Prakriti is the interaction happening because of an underlying kashaya of pride, or is it happening because of an underlying kashaya of greed? And how can the greedy Prakriti break is the question. Nature will break the greedy Prakriti, and you will get a big loss in the stock market, or or in real estate, that you will lose it all, and therefore you see nature will take away all that you have accumulated. Or the best next thing is charity. If you cannot really let go of your greed of good, then at least improve your intent for next life, that let all my property go for Jagat Kalyan. So it will, by changing your intentions, the seed will change, and the seed will change. So the next life you'll be. Then the third one is Gnan. The fourth is Gnan only. Whatever is in Vyavastha is correct. Gnan is the best. Fourth is whatever comes, what will come to me. I do not want to go run after money, run after greed. You see, run after this. You see, run after respect. You see, whatever respect comes to me, that is fine. You see, but otherwise, if you have accumulated a lot of money, but you might have a son or two who will waste away a lot of your money unnecessarily, or or you will meet a stockbroker or a financial advisor who will tempt you with greed, and will con you and take away your money by false, by making you invest in the wrong things. You see, so these are all the ways in which the knot of greed or the knot of pride will go away. Right now, focus more on the greed. It is because if it's the greed, people with who are in business, they have very heavy knot of greed only. How can I take more money? How can I become more? And so how can I cut down on my expenditures, etc., and do it one way or the other? So this is greed will make you do all kinds of things. So therefore we have tremendous awareness with reference to greed, and where is so the Samayik today is on greed only. And what is the knot of pride with on greed within? And you see, if there is a loss in the relative, then you see, for the money, we look bad in the eyes of the world, or we look good in the eyes of the world. He's constantly involved in that only. If we have a good home, we'll look good in the eyes of the world. If we drive a good car, we will look good in the eyes of the world. Whether or not we can afford it is a different thing. But it's a Mani Prakriti, is not Mani Prakriti. He's constantly involved in showing off only. You see, and you see them, and so the Mani Prakriti will get severely hurt when he is insulted, and the Pralobi Prakriti will suffer severely when he sustains a loss of money or etc. So so the Lovi Prakriti is such that even if he wants to give donation, it will not allow you to donate, you see. So it will, oh no, you see, no, even if you have 5 million, you cannot give 5,000 for something that is a worthwhile cause, you see, to help others. So if you really want to break the knot of greed, then you make her give the donation, because you say, give it, come on. So if somebody says, come on, give, then go ahead and give it, donate, you see. So if you have 50 million, can you give 5,000? It's not going to make a dent in your income at all. But you see, so this is, you need to understand the nature of the greed, the knot within, which is this the knot of greed? Greed, you see, so you see, mind, you see, the mind, the man will go away, the pride will go away, the deceit will go away, but the greed is the most difficult thing to go away in front of these four kashais. You see, pride will go away, deceit will go away, anger will go away, but greed will not go away, and therefore then Dadashri ultimately gives the exam, says, if you are going taking a rickshaw, he tells the greedy man, he says that today you will break a 100 rupees note, you see, and then you see, and you take 100 rupees coins, and as the rickshaw is being driven, you throw it on the street. Then you see, and then next time around takes 1,000 rupees, and the fall next time around takes 2,000 rupees, and this way you are letting your money go. This is, the other used to tell me, you are a vanya, you are a vanik. Vaniks are rather economical with their money. They don't spend their money easily. The shahs, you see, and the desais, you see. So this vanik, you see, this is a vanik prakriti. And so the other, she says, and open it up, you see, open it up. I was, I did not used to spend for myself, you see. you see you see, but if somebody else needs it, then give your money to others, you see. And so the other gave me the instruction that use it for others, use your money for others, then your knot of greed will, your manik prakruti will improve. You see, your economical prakruti will improve. Our for satsang, our doors are so open. And he says, you see, for satsang, because our satsangs, if you whatever you do for akram vignan, it is open, you see. Therefore, you see, it is going for others only, and your knot of greed will automatically go away if you spend for akram vignan and its causes in the world, because nobody is using it for himself, and it is not going to come with you at all after you die. None of your wealth is going to come with you, and your people who are going to suffer and enjoy all what you have accumulated. The two sons who have received a lot from the mother or the father, then they will fight. For they will go to the lowest, and then they will fight. And they will go to courts to kind of share the inheritance. So instead, you see, why don't you spend some of this money into it for Jagat Kalyan work or for the service of others, you see. And if you cannot spend it, then if you cannot spend it in this life, then make a very serious uh, intention that I want to spend it for the derasers. I want to spend it for Lord Simandar, and I want to spend it for the satsangs of Dada. And Dada used to say that if you spend it for the derasers or the temples, the three mothers of Simandar Swami, then see, everybody who goes there, they will also have this beautiful love energy with Lord Simandar, and therefore he is such a person he will know the path of the liberation of Lord Simandar, which is the path of absolute liberation only. You see, and then that will open up. So by giving your money to a Trimandir, you are actually helping people move in the direction of Lord Simandar. This is what Dadashri used to explain to people when he was talking to them about the Trimandir constructions, etc. Some women are, some people have, some people you see some women say that when there is, so then they have 30 saris, of different colorful saris, but on the days of Parayan Parishan they only wear white. But then they will say, I want to give away all these colorful saris of mine. But you see, but then as they look at this sari, they again they keep each one of those saris back in her closet also. Then they do not want to let go of the special saris. You see, I will take a new one and let go of the two. But if you say I will let go of, if I buy one, then I will let go of two. So that is why you need to get rid of your moha, the illusory attachment to these temporary things, lobha, the greed that makes you accumulate things, you see, and not share it with others. You see, you need to know. You have to talk to her and say, "You got so much. When are you going to share? You have so much," and it is the greed that makes you enter into kashais and jealousy, etc. When the father divides his property, there is so much kashais that happen ultimately between those that have been raised with love, the sons that have been raised with love. You see, and when the law is that when that which is very pleasant to you, what is precious to you, if it let it flow, then you see your samadhi will happen. You see, that which you dearly love, when you let it flow, then there will be natural samadhi, there will be natural bliss. Bliss will arise within you when you let go of that which is very precious to you, which is relatively precious to you, you see. And that is the law of nature, you see. Let flow, if you don't hang on to people that you love, let them flow, you see, let them flow. Let us do a very beautiful Samayik and a Vidhi on greed and greed reactions. Oh Dada Bhagwan, the absolute self within me. Oh Lord Simandar Swami Prabhu, the perfect Lord at Mahavidya Kshetra, with the exact applied awareness of the pure soul, Shuddha Upyog, in file 1, from childhood until this current time, the Prakruti of greed, the knot of greed, how it is working, where is it working, where the knot of greed is in operation. Let me see that in Samayik. Let me see that in Samayik, my Lord. And in every activity, And whether it is the Lobhi Prakruti, the Lobhi Prakruti, where it is arising, the greedy Prakruti, where it says that it is better to save, and when it is spoiled, there is Rag Dvesh is happening. In all such, let me see all of that in Samayik. I surrender this mind, speech, and body, all illusions associated with my name, bhav karma, charge karma, dravya karma, subtle discharge karma, yellow glasses, no karma, gross discharge karma. O Dada Bhagwan, the absolute self within me, you are manifest within me. You are the Paramatma, the absolute self God within me. And it is at your divine feet that I am surrendering all of these. Samarpan, I am pure soul, 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 I am pure soul. हूँ शुद्ध हूँ शुद्धात्मा 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 eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura. Eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura, eu sou alma pura. Ich bin reine Seele, 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 ich bin reine Seele. Dhatma chu Shuddhatma chu Shuddhatma chu Shuddhatma chu Shuddhat. Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand, Jai Satchidanand. Just see these knots very beautifully. You know, around the person who is greedy, a lot of people who spend money will arise, and therefore you are bothered by people who spend money around you. Because you are greedy, you cannot spend the money, but people who spend money around you bother you. Okay, Jai Sachidanand. Jai Sachidanand. Let us do the arti now. So now they're going to do the arti.